Are you struggling with Edgar jumping on you? In this video I'm going to show you the best strategies and brawlers to completely counter Edgar in Brawl Stars. First we'll go over Edgar's strengths and weaknesses. So when we go Edgar and then we go to the training grounds, we can see that Edgar is a very mobile brawler. He has a high mobility, as he can use his super to jump, which gives him a speed boost, and he also has a super fast movement speed, which allows him to move around a lot and very fast. He also has some strong healing from his attacks, because whenever Edgar attacks, he will heal himself. Look, right now he's getting damage, but now we attack this robot and will actually heal 378 for every attack that we will deal. So whenever Edgar is low, he can still sometimes jump on you, as he will heal when he does his attack. So those are his strong sides. Has high mobility and he heals himself. However, Edgar also has some weaknesses. For example, his low health. He only has 66,000 health. He's very short range, so you really need to be on someone to deal damage and to heal. Otherwise, you are very squishy and you are very vulnerable. Now, if you do not have your super, then Edgar will be completely useless, as it will be very hard to creep up to other players. So those are the weaknesses you can try to exploit. Because Edgar has such a short range, it's really important to try to keep a distance of Edgar. Take advantage of the fact that he's basically useless without super, so you can kill him while he does not have his super. And if he does have his super, just keep your distance and stay. If you're playing with teammates, unless you're playing solo showdown, of course you have to play close to your teammates, so they will be able to protect you and help you fight against this Edgar. If you're in solo, then all you can do is run away and hope for the best. There are a lot of brawlers that have knockback ability, like Ems, Jean and Gale and Sandy, and they can deal with him because when he jumps on you, you just knock him back and then he cannot get close. There are also tanks like Bull and Fang, and they can also do very good. But even brawlers like Piper can work against Edgar, as Piper has a nice gadget which will knock Edgar back, and that will allow Piper to get some space and actually go ahead and kill Edgar. And also Brock can just jump back and have his knockback ability. So try to think, if an Edgar jumps on you, what you can do to deal with him. Now, if you're able to kill an Edgar, then you can be a bit aggressive. Like for example, if you're a Bull, Edgar cannot jump on you, as you will do a lot of damage. So if Edgar cannot kill you when he jumps on you, then you can play a lot more aggressive. However, if you're a squishy brawler like Jesse, Penny, Spike, then you will need to watch out, and then you will need to play a bit more passive and allow yourself some space so Edgar does not have a chance at jumping on you. So Edgar's biggest weakness is that he's completely useless without his super and that he has a very short range. Now there are a lot of brawlers actually very good at countering Edgar. Now if you're a thrower, it will be pretty hard against Edgar. If he jumps on you, as when you're a Barley, you're basically dead. If you have dynamite, you can try to stun him, or you can jump away with your star power if you have that. If you're a tick, you can use your less hooray gadgets, which will also knock him back. And if you're Grom, you are basically dead. If you're Larry, you can maybe teleport with your gadget if you have your super active, but you're probably also dead. And with Sprout, you probably also don't have a chance. So for the throwers, it's very important to try and keep as big of a distance as possible. Now the damage dealers. Brock can jump away with his knock ability, so with Brock you can play very aggressive. Now with Piper you will need your auto aimer gadget to get rid of him. And if you're B, then you will have a problem if Edgar jumps on you. Now if you're Nani, you can use your super. If you're Bonnie, you can use your super. If you're Belle, you can try using your gadget, but you are probably dead. If you use Mandy and Edgar jumps on you, you are also dead. With Macy, you can use your super. With Angelo, you can jump away with your gadget. With Janet, you can also jump away with your gadget or do your super. So these marksmen are pretty good against Edgar, but some are very squishy, like Belle and B. So that will be hard against Edgar. So try to keep your distance as much as possible. As you are marksman, you also have a very long range. All of these brawlers have a very long range, so it's always best to keep a distance. These brawlers are normally very good against Edgar if you don't come too close and play in open maps. Now the damage dealers. Edgar cannot jump on a Shelly as Shelly is way too strong from close, so Edgar doesn't have a chance. Now if you're a Nita, you can try your bear and then your gadget. But if you're a Colt and Edgar jumps on you, you're basically dead. Now if you're an 8-bit, you can try to teleport away with your super. If you're a Rico, you are basically dead, so keep your distance. If you're a Carl, you can use your gadget to go away. Now with a Rico, you can also try to do your multi-ball launcher. This can work in close maps, so you are not basically dead. However, the chance is pretty low. If you're a Colette, you are basically dead. However, you can maybe push him away with your super. With Lola, you can try to teleport, but you're probably dead if you don't have super. With Pearl, you deal a lot of damage, so it's based on how many cookies you have. With Tara, you can use your super and maybe your gadget. However, your gadget will probably be useless as Edgar does splash damage. With Eve, you can try to jump away with your gadget, which will be very effective. And you can also just stand on the water where Edgar cannot hit you. With RT, if you drop your super, Edgar will not be able to kill you or do anything at all. Now, if you're Clancy, you can also just do your super as it deals a lot of damage. If you're a Mo, you can also deal your super, which stops Edgar completely. And with Spike, there is not a lot of hope. However, maybe you can use your popping pun cushion gadget. However, most people use the live plant gadget, so it will be pretty hard. With Surge, you can of course just use your super if you have it. And with Jester, there's a lot you can do. You can deal a lot of damage on him with your main attack. So in most cases, Edgar cannot jump on you. Now we go to the controllers. These are mostly very weak, as if you're a Jessie or a Penny or a Bo, Edgar can easily jump on you and you don't stand a chance. Now if you're an Ems, you can maybe try and do your gadget, which will push him away, so you have some space. Now with Griff, you can deal a lot of damage, so you might be good against Edgar. However, if you're low on ammo, then it will be hard. However, if you have your super, it will be pretty easy to beat him. If you're Gale, you can always use your gadget called the Twister, and this will allow you to block Edgar completely from passing. Now with Jean, you can also just do your gadget and push him away. However, if you have Mr. P and Edgar jumps on you, there's basically no chance of you surviving. The same with Squeak. And with Lou, maybe you have a chance if you time your invincibility gadget perfectly. And if you've already previously hit Edgar, so he already has some ice on him, so he freezes. Now with Otis, you can just pump your super. However, if you don't have it, you pretty much don't stand a chance. And with Willow, you can use your gadget to go into the ground, and then after that you can insta super him, which allows you to control Edgar. However, if you don't have your super, it will be a big problem. However, you can always pop your gadget. Now with Chuck, you can just use your super to go away, or you can use your super to knock back Edgar. With Charlie, it will be very easy as you can super him or super yours or gadget yourself. And with Sandy, you can just stun Edgar with your gadget. And with Amber, you are basically dead. Now, most importantly, if you do not have something against Edgar like a gadget or a super, just keep as much distance as possible. Now, the support brawlers, this will be these are very bad against Edgar. Now, Poco, you will be dead no matter what you do. Gus, you will be dead. However, you can use your super for knockback. Pam, you have a lot of health, but you will probably not beat Edgar. Now, if you are Barry, then you will be dead unless you have your super. Now, with Max, you can just dash away and then do your super, so Edgar has no chance at getting to you. If you're a Byron, you're basically dead. If you're a Colonel Ruffs, you're basically dead. If you're Gray, you can use your gadget or you can use your super to jump away. And if you're a Doe, Edgar cannot jump on you as you are too strong from close up. If you're a Kid, you can use your super to jump away. Now, these assassins, these can be very good against Edgar. Now with Stu, you have even higher mobility than Edgar, so you can use your super to dash away. If you're an Edgar, you might die to the Edgar jumping on you, as his star power can make his super deal damage. So try to use your super instead or just jump away. If you're Sam, you can use your super. If you're Mortis, you can just dash away. If you're Buzz, Edgar cannot do anything. If you're Fang, Edgar cannot do anything. If you're Miko, you can just jump away. If you're Melody, you can just do your super. If you're Lily, you can go into the Shadow Realm with your gadget or you can use your super. If you're Crow, sorry for the background noise. If you're Crow, you can just use your super, use your gadget. If you're Leon, you can just beat Edgar as you do way more damage. However, if you're low on ammo, you need to watch out. And for Cordelius, the same. If you're low on ammo, watch out. However, otherwise you will easily beat Edgar. You can also use your gadget, which will completely block Edgar from doing any damage. And now if you're Kenji, then you are overpowered and you can easily beat Edgar. And now the tanks. Edgar doesn't stand any chance against these tanks. If you are Bull, you can just do damage. If you are El Primo, you can just spam auto aim on your super. If you're Rosa, the same thing applies. If you're Daryl, also. And if you're Jackie, Edgar doesn't stand a chance. If you're Frank, you need to watch out for Edgar's super mobility, as whenever you attack, you will stand still for a second, so Edgar might be able to kill you if he's good enough, as he can just walk around you. Now the same thing for BB applies. If you auto aim, then Edgar can just walk around you and dodge your attack, so just keep look out for that. If you're Ash and you're fully angry, you will easily beat Edgar. If you're a Hank, you might have a little problem, so just keep your distance. If you're Buster, then you will die. If you're Mac, you can do your super and then do a lot of attacks. And if you're Draco, you can of course use your gadget and your super. With your gadget, you are basically invincible. So that is how to counter Edgar, and I've even gone over every single brawler in the game right now. So I hope after watching this video you don't have any trouble countering Edgar. Thanks for watching, subscribe.